Beethop abandoned the conversation and sought to channel his strength once more, but Gabil interjected with a chuckle. Impossible. I just realized, your power can't be used continuously, can it? Otherwise, you wouldn't waste time conversing with us. Beethop's swiftness exceeded Apito's, while his blows and kicks matched the weight of Gel's. Furthermore, his erratic movements, such as sudden accelerations followed by abrupt halts, were so exquisite that even Apito couldn't mimic them. Even Apito Dono mentioned that accelerating was simple compared to decelerating suddenly. Hinata Dono used magic to manipulate the laws of inertia, enabling her enigmatic maneuvers. Yet, there's no indication this individual employs magic. In that case, the sole possibility I can fathom is Jayahahaha. Magnificent, absolutely. You're weak, but I can't get enough. I acknowledge that. Hence, I'll treat you seriously. At least, if my Vortex Spear were within reach. The lizardman's concealed treasure, the spear, had been discarded. While Gabil yearned to retrieve it, he doubted Beethop would allow him the chance. Gabil accepted the gravity of the situation. In that very moment, when all his senses heightened in anticipation, Gabil-sama, you dropped something. Sukeru's voice reverberated as he returned the Vortex Spear to Gabil's grasp. This guy has been fighting with us all along, hasn't he? Don't lose him again. Absolutely. Exactly. With that, Gabil-sama is the strongest, so defeat that guy swiftly. Even the Vortex Spear in his hand quivered as Gabil nodded in response. You guys. Warm tears gathered in Gabil's eyes. Gabil-sama, we have faith in you. Indeed. Gabil-sama, you're going to impress us with your prowess, right? Their expectations weighed heavily on Gabil. Their words felt more like a push than a cheer. Well, I concur. Gabil-san, those sentiments are accurate. You know, you're just as impressive as Karian-sama in my eyes. Sophia's voice echoed in Gabil's thoughts. He couldn't concentrate on anything else. Even Beethop, the potent adversary right before him, slipped from Gabil's awareness. For, well, he couldn't help it. Gabil had never been a favorite among the ladies. I have no choice but to say it. If I let this moment pass, I'll never have a chance for a girlfriend in my life. Gabil mustered his courage. It's said that facing death triggers the instinct for procreation, and this must have been precisely the case for Gabil. That is to say, I also find Sophia Dono, be beautiful. In a time when despair should have held sway. On this battlefield so out of place, Gabil made a confession to Sophia. Hey, are you serious? You think I'm cute? Yes. Well, it can't be helped then, Gabil-san. So, if you defeat him and conclude this battle safely, I'll reward you with a peck on the cheek as a prize. Huh? A peck on the cheek? Not in the sense of slap but kiss, is that what she meant? Gabil-sama, you're quite the heartthrob. This is unexpected. I knew you were a man of action, but confessing your feelings on the battlefield is remarkably audacious. Indeed, that's what being a man is all about. Let's go, Gabil. Let's go, Gabil. Let's go. As always, once the Gabil chant started, it couldn't be halted. Gabil cast aside all thoughts, and his body commenced to move in its own rhythm. After countless repetitions, it had evolved into a reflex, and so, he became completely absorbed in a daydream of carefree happiness. Yufufu, I finally have a girlfriend. Being this popular is quite a challenge. It was somewhat presumptuous, but as Gabil's own fantasy, it was safely confined within him. And now, he found himself in impeccable physical condition. Beethop renewed his fierce assault against Gabil. Or rather, he aimed to conclude the encounter with a solitary strike. Disregarding me like this, you're just spewing nonsense. Very well. I'll reveal my true capabilities. Enveloped in fury, Beethop launched a lethal spindle kick at Gabil. However, a remarkable occurrence transpired. Hey, stop obstructing me. This is the most crucial moment of my life right now. Gabil bellowed and thrust his spear at Beethop. Just like that, Beethop was propelled away without ceremony. It was an unbelievable sight. Beethop's compound eyes widened in astonishment as he exclaimed, "What did you do?" Yet, Gabil was not listening. Sophia Dono, by smack, you mean that, right? When questioned, Sophia realized what she had said. Though embarrassed, she couldn't retract her words. Oh, yes, that, you mean that gesture. I understand. I, for one, pledge to win with all my might. Gabil was invigorated. All traces of hopelessness had dissipated. It was no longer a matter of whether he could emerge victorious. He was determined to triumph. Fueled by this determination, he locked his gaze onto Beethop. Don't mock me, little fry. Get ready, here I come. Gabil roared with an intense expression. Beethop silently faced him. Then, in the ensuing moment, the two men confronted each other anew. Beethop did anything but take it easy. He contorted his entire body, resembling a cone in a high-speed flight, channeling power that exceeded his full capacity. This was Beethop's signature move, the Spindle Needle Spear. Conversely, Gabil brandished his Vortex Spear, adhering to the fundamentals. He remained unruffled, devoid of fuss, and methodically evaluated Beethop before delivering a decisive strike. Vortex Crash. Two immense vortices of power surged and collided on the battlefield. Consequently, it was Beethop who succumbed. Gabil's distinctive maneuver pierced through Beethop. Incredible. Gabil-sama, so impressive. Yes, superb. Naturally, the trio was amazed and showered him with accolades. Gabil's offensive was so overwhelming that it made one question if the previous trials were in vain. Despite Beethop's lack of carelessness or complacency, this was the outcome. The secret lay within the Vortex Spear. Gabil, let's go, Gabil, let's go. Gabil danced to the tune of triumph, cheered on by the trio. Sophia watched with a smile, yet her recollection of the promise she had recently made caused her to blush. Upon noticing Sophia's reaction, Gabil too blushed, and the two momentarily froze, looking at each other. It seems we're intruding. Indeed. Best of luck, Gabil-sama. With these words, the trio departed in haste. While Gabil and Sophia weren't pleased to be left behind, surprisingly, the two were a perfect match. Thanks to the battlefield suspension bridge effect, it didn't take long for them to be candid with each other. Thus, spring arrived for Gabil.